Thank you. Firstly, I should probably say we don't just try to get you to the top of Google.
No,
There's a little bit more to it than that, with website development and everything else. But I'm not here just to talk about what we do. But thank you for reducing it down to something so simple.
I'm a very simple person.
Okay, in terms of what inspires me, I'd say on a personal level there are people that work in my industry and also sort of tech entrepreneurs that inspire me, and a little bit like people in your industry, in the hair industry. The names may not mean anything to you, but in case they're listening on YouTube later, it would be the likes of Kevin Rose, Tim Ferriss, Gary Vaynerchuk. On a wider level, in terms of our business, what inspires me, and we sort of touched on this with some of the other answers, is my team. It's my team back in the office that gives me the confidence to go into pretty much any business situation and know whatever it is that a potential client or an existing client might ask for. I know that we can pretty much deliver what they want, probably with bells on and beyond what they might need. And that is an inspiration because it means that there's almost nothing we need to say no to anymore.
Excellent, thank you.
We've all heard it, employing people that are better than you. I found that, as I referred to my team. Turns out it's not so difficult to find people that are better than me. So yeah, having those people on board is great. And the other thing that has been instrumental for us is social media. So that as a policy, as a marketing strategy, just being transparent and putting out there in cyberspace what we're up to and allowing people from all around the world to connect to us, that has been fantastic. It's brought a lot of professional development for us, for everyone in the office, and a lot of business, a lot of great friends, a lot of great connections. We found out it's a little bit like what's going on here, but there's a whole flow of it going on all the time. It's really, really fascinating.
Jack?
I would say that I know that when we set up the company, or I joined the company and we began to really grow the company and focus on that, what was tricky for us was finding the support for a small company and office space. I think I look around Wandsworth and see some of those beautiful buildings that aren't being used right now, and I'd love to see those being used to support startups and small companies. Short-term leases are really important, and if people come to us all the time with startup ideas, and on the internet, we can't always help them in the real world with their actual bricks and mortar. And so we end up having to turf them out and say, with regards to that side of it, go and, try your luck with the private sector landlords, which can be great, but often they are being guided by solicitors who want extremely long lease agreements and everything else. I think if the council were able to use some of these funds to provide accessible short-term leases for young businesses, I think that would be really, really helpful. There are a lot of buildings that are going to get knocked down in a few years' time, so let's use them while they're there and then redevelop them into whatever they need to be.
Thank you. Jack?
Let me jump on the same question. I looked on this originally in terms of what business models we look to have in clients, but then thinking about it, I think it applies to business models for companies in my industry as well, and that's one that focuses on growth. If our clients want to grow, then we want to know them and we want to help them do that. If they don't want to grow and they're happy staying where they are, then there's only so much that we can do to help them. We can make them look better or whatever, but if they really want to grow, then that's great. I think in the creative industry, in my industry, which spans creative, technical and marketing, the growth is really important. Also, I would say flexibility. If your company is able to be agile and change to changing circumstances, that's really important. And I know that you've got a little bit of time, so I'll just say knowing when to say no is really important as well. We found that we're constantly being asked, can you fix my laptop? Now we say, no, but these people can.
Absolutely.
I think we're doing it right now. In terms of, we're here, we're discussing what's going on in Battersea, in Wandsworth. Most people here are from the creative world. I've already talked about the importance of helping startups, making it easy for people to get the office space. One thing that I'm part of is working with people in the area. So we're doing it now. We're also doing something tomorrow night. It's organised purely through Twitter. If you use Twitter, you can find us on there. But that's a group. We've got at least 30 or so people coming along tomorrow night, and those are all. A lot of them are in creative and technical industries, but they're all in the area. So these things are going on all over the place, and I think it is leading to a great community that will ultimately attract more businesses of all types. And I think it lends itself towards the creative types.
Yeah, I think you're right. There is definitely something happening, but we're not quite sure yet what it is.
I think the rules are changing every day.
Yeah.
That's it. It's as simple as that. It's the wild, wild west out there, and it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.